Well, folks, it's a big night for the Fed Free. Um, we are here this evening. We're going to be spending many hours with each other tonight. We begin here, 7 p.m. Eastern, an hour before SmackDown Live: The Land of Opportunity on Friday nights on Fox. That's the name, right? SmackDown Live: The Land of Opportunity, Friday night on Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Are
We're
you
here.
ready?
Yes, end of the line. Also, I think that's in there. Um, we are we are previewing and predicting Money in the Bank. You may be watching this on YouTube. If so, it is the day of the show. Fired up. Hope you got some popcorn in, or some Pepsi Max, or maybe something a little bit more risque like Coca Cola. Um, but we have a lot to get into. We have a match card to break down. As always, an expert panel. As I said, the Fed Free. Bobby Two Shoes, how you doing tonight, pal?
I'm doing well, man. Holiday weekend has started, and looking forward to hanging out here. Watch the first episode of Stranger Things. Gonna try and knock out the other one before our evening show. But it's going well.
I'm debating whether I'm gonna. The only thing I really want to see on Rampage is the Royal Rumble, because the idea kind of pops me. I'll be on the grand, don't worry. But I may just watch that.
That's fine.
Because I want to try to get. I don't know. There's a lot, like The Boys. That episode came out today. There's a lot of stuff I want to watch. I don't know. I'm debating whether I even want to watch SmackDown tonight. Probably not. Anyways, welcome to Fed Dead Redemption, folks, or whatever the hell it is.
I had that as a segment in my. I'd penciled in a segment where we talked about SmackDown and upset all the grinners. That was like a bit I was going to do. We've fucked it now. It's over.
We still can. It's fine.
Bob, take that out of the script.
Okay.
I retweeted that Logan Paul signed with WWE. I don't know how I feel about that, though.
It's a smart move, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying you have to like it. I don't really care, but it's a smart move, I think. All right. Let's dig into it. Money in the Bank tomorrow night, MGM Grand, the intimate confines of MGM Grand, which is an incredible way to promote that building, but you get what you get, I suppose. It's a pretty nice card, I think. We have 6 matches. I'm interested in the majority of them, to differing degrees, of course. We'll get into it. Before we even get into the matches themselves, let's talk about that. Oracle, excited for Money in the Bank?
Yeah. Honestly, mostly because I think the participants they've put in the ladder matches are pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good bunch. We've still got one show left to go, and you know how they like to do stupid shit. Let's hope the Queen Charlotte Flair isn't involved. Yeah, Joe's making his face. But
stay tuned.
And it's a perfect match for somebody like Shotzi, and watch her get taken out so Charlotte can hit her shitty moonsault. But I mean, I'm not even saying Shotzi should win or anything. It's just she'll go out there and almost break her neck. Keyword almost.
Yes.
Hopefully she won't.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah.
That kind of recklessness pops me. But again, hopefully she works the match and is okay. But it just seems like a good match for her. And I mean, the Raw women are just. I mean, that lineup's great.
The All Stars. That's what we're calling them. The All Stars. We're calling them online, Oracle.
I think the men's got a good lineup too.
Yes.
Drew and Sheamus. I mean, Seth will be over. I'm not the biggest fan of his in the world, but of course, there's the last one final spot remaining. Are they doing that match tonight?
I don't know, Bob. What's the deal with the last spot? Is that very much a mystery we're about to find out the answer to? What's the deal?
I think so, because it didn't really come up until Raw, and then I'm like, oh well, maybe it's gonna be Cena, and then he just kind of went out and did something. I know, and then so. The plans for tonight haven't been sent out yet. I know Sean usually does them 6:30, 6:45. So maybe we'll get some sort of resolution to that, or it'll just be left open. I don't know, who's a big surprise they could bring in, though. It's not like they have a male, ready to come back from injury.
I could see something like, on this day, I see clearly.
I guess so.
Surely not, though, because he has to do a feud with Finn, right?
Yeah. And but Finn could come out in costume.
Are they going to do one of those segments tonight where everyone sits on the ladder and cuts promos?
I hope so.
I love those two. Everyone looks so uncomfortable, you know. Like Bobby Roode in there with Natalya sitting on ladders next to each other. Good stuff. All right, couple of things here. J Mark Art. I'm familiar with that, I think. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. But you followed us. Keep a distance. No, seriously, thank you for that. We appreciate it. Bud Ryan resubscribed at tier 1. He said, here for the grins, but not here for Jack Crosby's favourite pay-per-view, The Coward. Looking forward to going to SummerSlam and maybe bumping into Bobby and Oracle. My God, maybe he's going to try and find out, see what it's like, Oracle.
My God.
Oh, he flexed on him. Oh, shit. There you go. We appreciate you, bro. Okay, let's get into this match by match now. Let's start with the United States title. Theory was penciled in for a SummerSlam clash with John Cena. That appears to be off the table. But he's got a pretty big match tomorrow night, him and Bobby Lashley for the US title. I think the result is kind of, I don't want to say obvious, but I think it's very likely Theory leaves with the belt. But I will say, I'm awfully intrigued by the idea of while these belts are being kind of held hostage by Roman, Bobby getting that US belt back to where it was when he had it, where he felt like the top guy in the promotion, when he was beating everyone.
Yeah.
I like that as an idea. Bobby, is it likely, though?
I think it's possible that, like, if Cena's not actually in the plan for SummerSlam, they do a non-finish tomorrow and just run it back at SummerSlam. Yep. But yeah, Bobby winning it again wouldn't be a bad idea. I liked his reign quite a bit, and I actually got a lot of heat for it, saying, it's good that he's kind of making that belt and elevating it again. And I don't think he would have had the, championship run he would have had without kind of getting that baseline laid out. But yeah, I think Theory's going to leave with it. I think they could run it back at SummerSlam. But I think Lashley would be a really good U.S. champion.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Oracle, where do you stand on this one, mate?
First of all, Bobby the Heater O'Neill, top.
Shades of Dark Luchasaurus.
Oh, come on now, that's not fair to Bobby. But yeah, I actually kind of think this match might be okay too. Like,
yeah,
for all of his horrible flaws outside of the ring, I still don't love Theory in the ring.
No.
He's just kind of bland. I think there's a chance Lashley wins this. I'm kind of with the idea that they should probably do a non-finish here. If Cena, it doesn't seem like Cena's going to be able to make it to SummerSlam. So, I think the smarter move would honestly would be to do a non-finish, or like a cheating finish, with Theory retaining. Even if it'll be probably lame, like feet on the ropes, some horseshit. But
yeah,
and then get a rematch going at. They'll probably do something like the gimmick, like DQs and countouts or something. I don't know. At SummerSlam, that's kind of the path I can see them going.
It's got DQ written all over it, this one, I think, or count out. That kind of ballpark. It really, honestly, I thought that was very likely if Cena was wrestling Theory at SummerSlam. Frankly, just because I think it's one of those matches where they're kind of trying to steal a match almost. You don't want to put Theory in with someone who's not over, because I think it'll be a struggle. So you want to give him a top guy, but do you want to beat Lashley? I don't think they're rushing to do that in this role. So I expect a non-finish. Let's have some fun with the cage match bit here. I'm going to set the line. We'll get Oracle and Bobby's guesses. I'll be setting the line here. If you want to note this down, someone in the chat, that'd be very useful for us on Sunday or Monday. But let's do it. I'll set the line for this match. A 6, over or under on cage match. What does it get, Bobby?
I'll go slightly over.
Oracle?
Slightly under. 5.55 or something like that.
High drama here, folks. Put them watching their Windhorse tapes, Great stuff. All right. By the way, that was one of the best segments of TV ever. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was unbelievable. Bobby, did you see it?
Which one?
Brian Windhorse talking about the Utah Jazz.
Oh, yeah.
Oracle, I don't know if you saw this. This is like the kind of thing you dream about as a broadcast journalist, Spends 2 minutes just talking in circles. Oh. Anyway.
Just real quick, it came up in the chat why Cena wouldn't be at SummerSlam. They didn't really set it up on Raw. He actually kind of said he doesn't know when he's going to wrestle again.
Yeah.
I guess he still could be, but it feels like the type of thing that you'd want to advertise if he's going to be there every week. Or he could show up tomorrow and cost Theory the match or whatever. It wouldn't shock me, but like, it doesn't seem set up at the moment.
I think there's a lot of moving pieces with like movie insurance too, with stuff like that, right? Like I think it's a lot of weirdness on that regard.
Yeah, I think so.
To answer this question, he wrestled Roman at SummerSlam and did the house shows, right? And like the dark matches.
He teamed with he teamed with Ray and Dom in the first SmackDown back with fans, I think.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
The crowd reactions for some of those were.
He didn't do anything at those house shows because I went to one.
Wait, no, didn't Edge team with them?
Oh yeah,
Edge. Yeah.
Yes, Cena was.
He then came out on the weekend because it was the one before the pay-per-view, right?
Yes, that's right. He didn't have any TV matches. He just did the house show.
Dude, loop. I keep forgetting that like Brucey's actually connected. God, this fucking rules. I did a Windhorse bit and forgot that we have a grinner that's actually connected to Windhorse. Well, telling me pop me huge. Anyway, the Usos versus the Street Profits. Speaking of when they returned in front of crowds, this was the match on that Money in the Bank, right? When they came back in front of crowds. Here we are again. I always enjoy these matches, but my God, have they explored the matchup. Even to make it worse, they do singles matches every week with Jay and Jimmy and it.
They had remember they tagged it. They had the match in Survivor Series, right?
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, that's right? It wasn't.
I believe so. I don't know.
Wait, was it?
No, it was them because they did. New Day Usos was at day one again. So
okay, yeah.
They must have done a title switch in between.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah. I have no doubt it'll be good, but it's hard to get excited, and I say that's someone who loves the Usos.
Yeah, the match will be good. Like the Usos are not as good as they were they weren't as good as they were before the pandemic. Which
2018 they were one of the great teams. Truly, they're an incredible team in 2018. Now they're a good team.
They were awesome. 13 through 18. Honestly,
I would agree, but I'd say
6 or 7 year run where they were like amazing.
When they hit that like 2017 sweet spot as heels. Mm-hmm. They were unbelievable because they found the character.
The American Alpha matches were great too.
Oh, fabulous! Yeah, and then the New Day feud obviously is
classic.
Yeah, it'll live forever. Yeah, but they're not quite the same. It's still a good team, right? Carry on. I'm sorry. Carry on. You were in the middle of it.
Is it me? Was I rambling about something?
No, you was talking about the match should be good.
Yeah, sorry. I've had a long day in my head.
You're fine. I cut you off. Go ahead.
My head is. You're good. You're good. Yeah, I mean the match will be fine. I'd probably be really good, but. I don't know. Like, I want to be more interested in it, but honestly, it'll probably be the best mid card match, right, on this show. Because I would say, like,
I would agree.
I hate to say it, the Raw Women's title is basically a mid card match.
Oh, yeah.
And I hate and that's someone who thinks Carmella does bring it, and we'll talk about that pretty much every time. But it's a mid card match. I would say Ronda and Natty's closer to main event, but that's still mid card in a lot of ways. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this probably be the best. This probably be the best match on the mid card.
I tend to agree. The result: are we going to get a title change here, Oracle? Stay with you. What do you think? Title change tomorrow night?
I don't know, man. Like, they're really into like having like their factions control everything, like on NXT 2.0 with Toxic Attraction, and now with the Bloodline. I think the Usos are going to retain.
I tend to agree. Love the Street Profits, but doing all of this to just have them put the belts back on the Street Profits feels foolish. I think you got to come out of this with something exciting and something new, and they're not that, but we shall see. Bobby, what do you think about this one? The Undisputed Tag Team title match.
Yeah, it'll be good. I mean, it's the same thing that you said. Like, we've seen it a lot. We know what it's going to be. Like, I don't think they're going to do anything different than we've seen, but it's fine. It's not bad. Just kind of uninspired, but they only have a certain number of tag teams, I guess. And, I think the Usos will retain. I don't think we're going to get like a Street Profits turn or breakup. Not yet, at least. I think it probably might happen eventually because, I mean, Dawkins has gotten a lot better in the ring. I think they might have been waiting on that so they could do, Montez against Dawkins and then see where they go from there. But yeah, no, I think the Usos just retain and, maybe there's like some cracks with the Street Profits. Maybe they go that route. But
that'd be interesting. I'll set the line for this one at a 7 because I think they're going to get time. So I think it could be pretty damn good. Oracle, over under.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, a little bit over.
Bobby,
I'll go over.
There you go. Some confidence. I think we all know the match will be good. We're just struggling to get excited for it, which is not on the performance. It's hard. We've seen it an awful lot, right? I mean, I've seen it a lot, and I missed a lot of that year of TV. So there you go. You just mentioned it, Oracle, Ronda Rousey and Natalya, maybe the premium match of the kind of non-ladder matches here in terms of appeal. Not necessarily for me personally,
Sure.
but I haven't seen much of this build. I've seen some clips that appear to be very funny. I think there is a non-zero chance that this turns into a legitimate fight, which is immediately somewhat interesting. Natalya may or may not have got under all the Rowdy One's skin a little bit, I sense, in this ordeal. Bobby, how has the build gone for this one?
It's been fine. The Twitter stuff's been fun. I think the segment last week was actually pretty entertaining. Yeah, I mean, this is one where the result's not really in doubt, but the match could fall apart, I guess. I don't know. I know they used to be like good friends. I don't know if they still are, but like that was the whole thing Ronda's first run where Natty was like her only friend. But yeah, I don't know. Like it feels like it should be Ronda and Shayna, especially since it's in Vegas and it's a big UFC weekend, but whatever.
Of course, Natty would be Ronda's only friend.
Oracle,
that's over.
Are you excited for this one? Are you excited for this match?
Listen. If there's like a 30-second section of the match where like Ronda gets mad and starts like, I don't know, overpowering Natty with like MMA shit, I'm gonna fucking pop. But like, I don't know. There's a small intrigue there for that type of deal, but I mean, I don't know. Even their match when I was a big Ronda fan in 2018, 2019, they like laid in submissions for like 25 minutes on Christmas.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that bad. It was just like, this one's gonna be more heated, obviously, and I think, I don't know. I get the vibe they might try to do some like heated exchanges, which will be both. I know that's be hilarious, and I kind of want to see that, but like we'll see. I don't know.
The result is a formality, right? I think we've all got.
Yeah.
We've got Ronda. One of my questions is, who is Ronda's match at SummerSlam? Are we going back to Charlotte?
Kind of seems like it, unless they do Ronda and Bayley. But
God, no.
What else do you think they're going to do, though? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Option.
Yeah,
because like, I guess someone could win and then jump over and cash in on her, but like,
who?
I don't think they want to take the belt off her either. And like, who are you gonna have do it?
Dude, look, maybe they have metrics that say otherwise, but I really think the Ronda stuff is like, I kind of think it does more damage than good. It feels so difficult to book around.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have this whole pack of women that you want to like push or feature, and it's like when Ronda's the champ, it's so hard because you have to matchmake around her. Like I don't know what you do. I mean, I'm more interested in Ronda versus Bayley, but do I think Bayley should come back after over a year off and work Ronda Rousey? Like, not really. I don't know. I think you'll get Charlotte again, to be totally honest. But anyway,
why she fucking quit? And I quit match.
You know what the main event of SummerSlam is? Brother, I went to New Orleans 4 years ago to see a ring match from 3 years before that, and that's the main event of SummerSlam.
I'm so upset.
Yeah.
Don't upset me.
I'm sorry. All right, I'm going to set the line for this one.
I got like little tears coming down my eyes now.
I did notice that, yeah. I'll set the line for this one at 6. Over, under.
Probably under.
Under.
The thing with Ronda is I do think she's like, I think this could be good. Yeah. I just don't necessarily know it will be. So I didn't want to
Ronda's gotten herself into ring shape, I guess, in the last couple of months, and she had a really rough start. That Rumble performance was.
I think this could be quiet. I think this could actually be surprise people in the ring. I'm not gonna lie, but we'll see. All right, Raw Women's title. You mentioned it, Oracle, slightly reluctantly so. Bianca Belair and Carmella. I have no concerns about the match. I have a lot of concerns about the heat or lack thereof. Oracle, you mentioned that to me. They're in a tough situation here, aren't they?
The match will be good, I actually think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much heat it's going to have.
Mm.
It's a concern I have for it more than anything. I don't know, 10 minutes. Bianca retains. KOD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They had a nice match about a year ago on the Go Home. Remember, it was the one before. It was the SmackDown back before
Yes.
Money in the Bank. They had a really strong match, and they certainly are capable of it. I just the element you mentioned in terms of the heat, and it's had no real time to build. And bless Carmella, who always works hard and gives it her best. She's always struggled to make the audience take her seriously as like a contender.
She's just not over. Yeah.
And it's been a thing for years, hasn't it? Like I'm not trying to. I genuinely admire the way she approaches her role, and she always throws herself into it. But even if you go back to when she was the champ, the audience always has struggled to just take her as like a credible threat. And I don't think it's all booking. Right. I just think sometimes that's kind of the way it goes. That's going to be an issue here, Bobby. Where do you stand on this one, pal?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you guys. Like, I think the match will be fine. I just, they're in a tough situation with it. They only a couple weeks to really build it, and I don't know that they did a great job building it. So I don't know that too many people in the building are really going to care about it. But at the same time, Bianca can do stuff that will get them engaged. Yeah. And you got to probably keep it at, 10 or 12 minutes.
Who's Bianca wrestling at SummerSlam? Becky?
Yeah.
Will that be a relevant factor in the Money in the Bank match or not?
I don't think so. I don't know quite how they're going to get to it. I just think they're going to do it again one last time.
Wait a minute. Think about this. If they do that, why don't you think about it? They do those 3 matches.
I know.
It's the 3 main event matches for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious right now?
Well, SummerSlam is the WrestleMania of the summer, man.
Listen, bro, they got your money. You're going.
We've seen it. I know, but we've seen it. We've seen it.
You're going to see it again.
Why? The same people out. Brock will probably win the title because it's the last one standing, and they can.
Well, Charlotte beat Ronda. Ronda would probably beat Charlotte this time, right? So.
Becky,
remember, Charlotte beat Ronda.
Would Bianca beat Becky this time? Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, then why are we? What's the point?
I don't know, man. That's a deeper question than we can answer on this show. I asked that a lot. It's difficult. This is a good one. Wait till what you see. SummerSlam Backlash. That's good stuff.
Pop.
I don't know. I think they really struggled to be like daring with creative. Like to be brave and be like, let's do this different match here. They struggle with that. I think it kind of speaks for itself. I'll set the line at this. 6 point.
Hear Bruce Pritchard, talking about how listen to how over the rivalry is between Becky and Bianca. And we saw how over it was, and we decided
Did you see him interacting with Logan Paul?
Yeah.
He had this gimmick on because he's rotator cuff, and you could tell Logan Paul fully knew he was and liked him from their interaction before, which is peak Bruce because of course he would fucking
rules.
Probably interacted more with Logan Paul than anyone on the card. God bless. Respect. Got to respect it at some point, right? That's all you can do. I'm going to set the line at this. The heat worries me. The placement's going to be important. If they open, I think they'll kill it. If they go in the middle, they could struggle a little bit. I'm going to set it at 6. Over, under. Bobby?
A little bit over.
The Oracle of Wrestling? Over, under 6?
A little bit over.
Mm-hmm. They're certainly capable of better than that. I just worry about,
right.
Some of the other factors. I wish this was Rhea. That would have added a lot, wouldn't it? This was Rhea and Bianca. That would have really given the card a little bit of would have packed a punch, All right, let's talk Money in the Bank. Which one are we going to start with? The male or female?
I'm going to get some more water.
Okay. Bobby, male or female? Should we start with the Money in the Bank matches?
We can start with the female one. It's fine.
Okay. Now, again, folks, if you're watching this on Saturday, we're recording this before SmackDown. I'm aware things could change beyond this point. If they have, sorry to hear that. We apologize. We'll proceed. Lacey Evans, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Asuka, Shotzi, Becky Lynch. A nice lineup, Bobby. Before we get into who's going to win and so on and so forth, where do you stand on your own excitement for this one?
Yeah, it's a strong lineup. I think the SmackDown side's lacking a little bit. That's just kind of how the rosters are set up, though. But even with that, they have some people in it on the SmackDown side who I think can work in a match like this. And, the 4 that they picked for Raw are incredible options. I'm excited. I like the multi-person ladder matches still. I don't like the concept, but I like the match.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point to make. These matches are always fun to watch, if nothing else. Oracle, excited for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match?
I am. I think I'm with Bob. The matches are always they always have good heat. Always good crowd reactions. They always kind of pick somebody to cheer for, then almost never win, but they
Yeah.
they always pick somebody to cheer for. Yeah, it'll be fun. Like Becky, I think is excellent. She really is kind of a ring general in a lot of ways at this point. She's kind of got the Cena spot calling problem sometimes, but like other than that, I think she's like really, really good. Asuka is just obviously incredible. And it's just so nice to have like Asuka and Becky running traffic in this match instead of fucking Natty and Tamina. Isn't that nice?
Absolutely, it is. Yeah.
Like this is probably gonna be good. Like even if Charlotte were to like come out and give a really shitty natural selection to Shotzi or something, and then like it's still probably gonna be a really good match. And fun one. Yeah, I mean, I think Raquel will be interesting to see in this match. She's kind of looked a little bit better since she's been on SmackDown than she was in the last year, I think. She's still very green and stuff, but she's looked a little bit better. The Ronda matches were not bad. Both of them were pretty decent. Or at least one of them was. I think they had another second one that was actually not bad either. Shotzi, I'm a fan of. Like, not so much in like her. She's really like. She's not like crisp or anything.
Yeah, that's
like,
the quality that
her recklessness is what makes her appealing, right? Like
it'll be fun in this match too.
Right, exactly. And hopefully she remains in it as we've jokingly talked about. But hopefully it's not a joke and she just stays in it. But it's always a fear. Lacey, I've liked her. Like when she works like a really physical match, Bob's like, "Fuck this shit." When she works a really physical match, like she just had like with like Kyrie in NXT or like Sonya Deville in 2020, they had a couple really physical matches. She also had a really good one with Sasha.
Really good match. She sold her hand. It was a good match.
Yeah, that match was excellent. But like when Lacey just works like a regular technical like whatever match, I know this isn't the case. She's bad, and like I just don't know if she's also been bad in Rumbles. Like I just don't know if this is the type of match for her. Like a physical brawl, Lacey Evans I think can do like a really physical like focused physical match. But like the ladder match, I don't know. And we haven't had any evidence to see that she's gotten any kind of ring rust out the way or anything. I don't know how I mean, we're obviously all not huge fans of Lacey, but there's certain things she can do, and
I think
obviously she's a top candidate to win the match, right?
Yeah, and we'll get into that, but I think she's a good example of like the Corbin curse. But I actually think she's a fine talent who they are desperate to make a main event talent, and in doing so have kind of poisoned the well. Like she's just in the wrong role. Like I think there's a role to play with her, but whenever she's around, they try and push her as like the top star, and it's just she's not that, man. Yes, it's
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of made the whole idea of her kind of exhausting, which fair, but it's kind of a shame.
Right.
I think it would make sense for the Money in the Bank matches to kind of rank.
Don't have an Ats right about Raquel. She's not even terrible. She's not interesting.
Well, there's not a lot there. I mean, she kind of
right.
She's just like strong, and that's it.
Yeah.
I think it would make sense for the Money in the Bank matches to like rank our likely winners as a group.
Mm-hmm.
So like let's go around the room. Who's your actual pick? Bob, I'll start with you.
I think it's probably still Lacey, unfortunately. I don't know that she's the best choice, but I think anyone on Raw winning except for Becky would be weird, and they don't really need Becky to have it, I don't think, to get to another Bianca match, especially if Rhea can't go at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
But with Lacey, you know, she's, I guess, a heel, technically. And, you know, has Ronda, who's the babyface champion. It kind of makes more sense than, you know, because the other three on the Raw side are babyfaces too, and you could give it to one of them. You give it to Liv and let her, you know, hold it for a while. But yeah, I'm still just sticking with Lacey.
Oracle, what do you think?
Lacey's up there, but I have this weird feeling Becky might win.
I think they're the top two.
Yeah.
I will.
Liv should win.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I'll be the tiebreaker here and say, while I haven't seen a lot of the SmackDown push, I'll guess Lacey, based on the fact that I think Becky can do a lot with the content of not winning this match. If that makes sense. And I think you could very easily have her the night after win like a fucking, you know, eliminate a number one contenders match, and she's like, finally, you know, you can't screw me anymore. That kind of idea. I think they love doing that.
That'd be hard if she got squashed in 20-something seconds.
That would be interesting. I think I would do a step where it's like, you know, you mentioned Oracle, Iron Woman, or you know, or like 2 out of 3 falls, and then you can do that within a match. That'd be really cool.
Right.
But I think Lacey's probably the favorite, which is a shame.
That's a good one. Joe just put something the WWE would definitely do.
What if Becky wins and cashes in on Ronda? I think Becky's going to kind of continue to spiral and lose her mind.
Yeah, I'm with you.
She'll turn babyface, I think, and work Ronda. I think that'll be what they eventually do.
Yeah.
So I'll say Lacey is our top option, and then should we go Becky at 2?
Yeah, that's fine.
We all agree we'd rather Becky win, right?
Yeah.
Of the two, yes.
Yeah, fair. Bobby, while we're doing this, can you put some headphones in? For some reason, it's popping. Doesn't always do it. But...
yeah, that's fine. Let me go get them real quick.
You're good, bro. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
You know, we got some hot Lacey Evans predictions going on here. It's very exciting stuff. You know, I want to make sure it comes through clean.
Hopefully he doesn't pout like somebody we know. Okay. No.
Wow.
Teasing.
Infighting here at the Grid.
Teasing. Hope he's well. He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah. Well, he's quit, but you know.
Yeah, he's quit, but you know, he's fine. He's well.
I must admit, I did not expect a formal trade request. I mean, it's one thing to request a trade, but then to put in the email, my preferred destination is Fightful.com. I was like, wow. Right. What's he going to do over there? Right?
Or, you know what? I could really turn the tables and just call you Bix. You audiophile.
It was popping, man. You guys don't have headphones. The people will know what I'm talking about. Hopefully. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I imagined it. Anyway, while Bobby retrieves these, and now I feel like I've sent him on a wild goose chase, you know.
Yeah.
Poor Bobby.
That's fine. No, we're
chasing
good.
After his,
we're good.
Chasing after his.
Liv should win the match, you know. She should win that thing.
Who should? Liv?
Liv, yeah.
Is that our next pick? Should we pencil that in before Bobby gets back?
Probably. That's 3.
So, Liv is a really interesting candidate. And for obvious reasons, you know, I wanted to wait for Bobby, but we can get into it. She feels like she has the most momentum, both like organically and kind of on screen. Here he is. You good, Bob?
Yep.
Oh good. That's what it is. I think there's a slight delay. That's why we could hear it. We just said Liv's our third pick. You agree, Bob?
Yeah.
Liv is my preferred pick in the match. I think she has organic momentum. I think she's got herself over with the audience. I think her work has progressed. It feels like her time. I just can't shake the feeling that whether it's as a tag team or in a feud, her and Alexa, I think, may be counteracting each other out of this thing. It feels like they have got them penciled in to do something for the next few months. And that feels like a factor. Bobby, do you agree?
Yeah, I think they're probably still going to do this women's tag tournament, or even if they don't, like, they could even just feud with each other.
Yeah.
And, you know, that could even get Liv over even more. I think she's going to be champion at some point. You know, she's come a really long way this year in particular. And it feels like it is the right time. Like, you could actually make someone here, but They don't always do that with the briefcase. So
Oracle, what was happening there?
That was my math face. Sorry, I'm paying my brother something on Venmo.
Wow, that was the maths face. You were doing this sort of
Yeah.
gesture. It was interesting. Yeah, I think it's a shame. I think they could really pull the trigger here, but I do agree with you that if you do the Alexa stuff right, if you do them as a team and then Alexa turns, I actually think it could be like good shit, and then you can get Liv ready for maybe the Rumble or maybe something else. I don't know, but yeah, I think she's third. Oracle, what do you think of Liv's chances? I mean, I know you've said you think she should win it. What do you think of her actual chances?
Like 25%.
Yeah. Do you agree with our kind of sentiment that she seems to be penciled in for something with Alexa? Feels like it, right?
Yeah, feels like it.
Okay. Speaking of Alexa, who's next? Is it her or is it Asuka? Or is it Raquel? I guess Raquel was a candidate.
Asuka
would
the only one
surprise.
that isn't a candidate.
I'll be honest, I think Asuka would be surprising. And I love Asuka. I just don't. It doesn't feel like the right set of.
I'm thinking Alexa's 4.
Yeah, because you could always turn Alexa heel, right? And kind of do that angle.
Yeah.
Bob, what do you think? What do you think of Alexa's shot here in the Money in the Bank match?
Yeah, I think she's probably 4th. Just based on who we have left. Yeah.
Yeah. You could always. I do wonder. Like, I don't know when Rhea's expecting to be back. But if it's going to be a while, you do need to probably turn someone heel. Whereas Asuka, I would prefer it be Alexa. But you need to turn someone heel because that division is kind of unbalanced, which I think is shown by Carmella and how many baby faces are in this match. So, I think she's 4th, Raquel 5th, Asuka, and then Shotzi. Do we agree with that? Is that our lineup, our order? That work?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, we can. Bobby's getting scoops here in the private chat. We can talk about that. That's not spoiling anything, right? Because we can predict it.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to. But if we can do that way we can.
Yeah, because then we can predict
predictions.
Yeah, we can predict that and then predict the match. All right, cool. Okay, so our final pick is Lacey. I'm going to set the line over under at a 7. Maybe slightly optimistic, but I like the lineup. Bob, over under 7.
I'll go a little bit over.
Oracle, over.
Oh yeah, I think this will be a touch over 8 even probably.
My God,
I can see it, man. There's something about the pay-per-views this year that everyone's just kind of elevating their game. I think really the Rumble's been the only bad show, I think.
Yeah.
My more elaborate question: which agent dares ask Alexa Bliss if she would like to do something off a ladder? Shane Helms, who does it? Adam Pearce. There's got to be someone with some experience in the business,
Yeah, that's true.
We'll see. We actually never find out the answer to that.
Stand up, shut up, and fight me.
Hopefully imagine she does all this crazy shit and now her and Shotzi take like a fucking superplex or something. I don't know. I believe it when I see it. To be clear, everything I just said was an insult. Not an insult, sorry, a compliment. Very much a compliment. I think Alex would co-sign that. Not need to be taking ladder bumps. No need, right? Leave that for Shotzi. She'll have a great time. Mal, Money in the Bank, ladder match. Seth frickin' Rollins. Drew Mack. Sheamus. Omos. Sami Zayn. Riddle. And TBD. I'm now going to break some news. There's actually been broke on Fightful Select. Everyone, please go and support Fightful Select. There are many of my friends that are paid via Fightful Select. Sean Morissette has been on the 31. It's all love, but we are doing a preview show. For the sake of this one show, we're going to just break his own news. Tonight on SmackDown, Ezekiel will be taking on The Miz, Baron Corbin, and Madcap Moss. What a match. The ultimate modern multi-man. And the winner will move on to Money in the Bank. So let's predict that first, and then we'll predict the match itself. Who's winning this 4-way, Oracle? Ezekiel, Miz, Corbin, or Moss?
It's either Ezekiel or Madcap.
Yeah.
And I'm struggling to think. I'm struggling to pick which one. I think it's Ezekiel.
I'm thinking Madcap. Only because
Madcap probably works better with the ladder format, though. I might change my pick.
The only thing I'm thinking is Ezekiel's kind of catered for with the KO stuff,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whereas like Moss is he's like a restart. He just ended that feud. I don't know, Bob. Who do you think for this 4-way?
I think Ezekiel probably would make sense.
Okay, Ezekiel's our pick.
Yeah.
All right. So then that makes it Ezekiel, Riddle, Sami Zayn, Omos, Sheamus, Drew Mac, Seth frickin' Rollins. Can't believe that's his official name. Drives me nuts. Anyway, who is our pick for the Money in the Bank match itself? Oracle, I'll start with you. Who is your leading candidate here?
Rollins.
I think this is going to be a lock. Bobby?
Yeah, Rollins.
All right, well, before we proceed, where are we at in terms of excitement for this compared to the women's match?
A little bit less, but I think it'll be good.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I'll be honest. I think there's a good chance it's better, but I'm not as excited because I'm not
as invested in some of these guys.
Which has kind of been the story of WWE for the last 6-7 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The women are just more interesting.
Yeah, it's honestly,
it's still kind of fresh, even though they have Becky and Asuka and Charlotte, and all them still are kind of the only one top dogs. But Bianca, but they're just more interesting, more fresh.
I agree.
Now.
Yeah, I really do agree. It should be good though. So we're going to start with Seth. This kind of explore that a little bit. They're going to get an awful lot of TV out of the idea of him teasing that he's going to get involved in Brock and Roman again, right? I mean, there's going to be a main plot point, it feels like, before SummerSlam. Fair to say, Oracle?
Yeah, he's going to come out in an outfit and and then it's going to be terrible, and he'll have a 3.25 star match. Whoever.
Bob?
Sorry, what was the question? I was reading the.
You seem alarmed, Bob.
I was reading the SmackDown plans real quick. And
that bad, huh?
No, I'm not gonna spoil this one. There's something on there called King of the Mountain Battle Royal, which popped me tremendously.
Sorry.
Wait a minute.
King of the Mountain?
Wait a minute. What is it? Oh my god.
Yeah, so I've been kind of trying to process that. I don't know what it's going to be. It's almost certainly not going to be anything related to what we think it is. But
so is there anything out there that will be related to tonight? If so, could you be in the private chat, or is the rest pretty much just SmackDown? Or tomorrow night, I should say.
No, I mean it's just some crossover stuff.
I know they're doing the women's match, the 6th woman, right?
Yeah, that's really the big thing. And then,
dude,
yeah,
King of the Mountain.
Let me tell you something. JARRE or JEFF JARRETT.
He's going to be running the whole promotion soon. Mm-hmm. I can't wait, man.
Brother.
God bless. We've won. All right. I don't even know who he is in that case.
I'm literally I'm popping for it.
Yeah, I'm definitely watching this show.
I kind of want to watch it now. Fuck. I'm gonna have to get up early tomorrow. I don't know how late I'm gonna be up tonight for y'all.
That's fine.
Y'all.
That's fine. Bob's reviewing Halloween Kills for the last 2 hours of the Green.
I've got TV shows. I gotta watch The Boys. I gotta watch The Old Man. I gotta watch Stranger Things.
I have some stuff up my sleeve. It'll be right. Leave when it may just be Bobby and I, but there'd be something romantic to that too, right? So nothing wrong with it.
I'll be there, but I don't know.
Yeah, just not maybe for 15 hours. Here's what it is.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
All right. Well, anyway, back to this match, which now seems less interesting now that I've been teased with King of the Mountain business. 7 at the one spot. Bobby, what do you think? Is he going to be involved big in this Brock Roman build-up?
I hope not, but it's not even anything against him. I know we are where we are with him, but if he wins the title again, fine, whatever. He'll be fine. It'll be fine. But it just feels lazy to just redo the same thing.
Owned. Yeah, I think he's going to be the main kind of construct of the build because I don't think Brock's going to build up that match again. They actually did a really good build for Mania.
Yes.
And the match was just another match. So it was, at this point, fuck it. So I think they're going to do that. Who do we think second? It honestly feels like a huge drop-off from Seth to whoever's next. But Seth feels like a lock for this thing, doesn't he? Good Lord.
Yeah, I think you can make a case for Drew. I'd probably put Drew second. just because he could win and then announce the cash in the night after SummerSlam for Clash at the Castle.
Yeah, you
That
could
is the
definitely do
honorable
that.
way. Yeah.
That's interesting. Oracle, what do you think? Drew in second?
Yeah. I think Drew wins the title at Clash at the Castle. I think he beats Brock and Roman in a triple threat.
My God.
Hmm.
Does that make him lit
I
more
think
or
he pins Brock? I think Brock beats Roman at SummerSlam. I think Seth wins the briefcase. Drew
Yeah.
is number 2 pick as well. But I think Drew faces Brock and Roman in a triple threat at Clash at the Castle. Pins Brock. And then loses to Brock at Saudi Arabia in November or whatever the hell it is. Or not Brock, but Roman.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we got 7-1, Drew at 2, and I like the kind of logic behind both. Don't have that mentions Riddle. Is he third?
Probably.
Yeah.
The other guys just don't feel
No,
that's
like
their role.
Sheamus will be great in it, I think, but
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to win. Not who the fuck else is in this thing?
I mean,
Omos.
Sammy's been doing
winning
like
that
the
shit.
bloodline stuff, which maybe, but I don't know what he'd do with the briefcase.
I'll be honest, and I love Sami Zayn. At this point, they've got so much out of him as a guy that's not a contender. It almost feels like it's a triumph. At this point, you might as well just leave him that way. I mean, I know it's not fair and kind of wrong, but he kind of feels like someone you don't need to elevate. He's so fucking good. I know that's probably the wrong way to look at it, but it's the truth to me.
Sammy's not going to win, but he'll
do something great in this match. You know that.
He's
absolutely
actually had tons of good TV matches. He's like one of the best in-ring workers in the company too.
Well, he's found a groove of, and I haven't seen a lot of those, but he's found that groove.
He's found a way to get like his in-ring back up too,
while still doing shtick, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Which he struggled with initially. Remember when he was when he was the IC champ and he was wrestling like Bobby Heenan,
like
which
a manager. Fun, it was fun, but you still kind of wanted,
Yeah, because he's better than that, right? It's Riddle is interesting because he does have the same elements that are there with Liv, where he is like organically. He feels like the guy the audience likes. He feels like the guy that tomorrow night Las Vegas is going to kind of pick as their preferred winner, you know? But he also feels like a guy that they're going to very much book as like a perennial loser that eventually, maybe in about 4 years, gets there. I don't feel like he's winning this one, Oracle. What do you think? And again, I think he's third, but
he's third.
I just don't think it's likely, you know?
Well, I think since they just did the real Roman match, I think he's kind of out of the picture now.
Yeah.
So.
Who's more likely? Go ahead, Bob. Go ahead.
Well, it's weird with Riddle too, because like they were kind of doing like the 2000 Kurt Angle thing with him, where he's just the only guy getting wins consistently, and it felt like they were building to something. And then they got to the title match, and he just lost, which just strange.
Who's more likely to win, him or Liv?
Probably Riddle.
Oh, wow.
Well, because at least if Riddle wins too, he gets around the thing where he can't challenge while Roman's the champion anymore. So I don't know if that means he can add himself to the match or cash in on Brock or whatever, but like there are options at least.
Imagine if he cashed in on Brock. Could you imagine?
That'd be bad. He shouldn't do that.
Oracle, do you agree with this? That he's more likely than Liv?
I feel like Liv might be a little bit more likely.
Yeah, I do too. I don't know, timing wise, it feels more.
Only because I feel like they're like behind. They're like past the Roman thing with Roman and RK Bro.
Yeah.
After Randy's injury.
So
it'd be interesting. After that, again, I don't think it's very likely, but I'd honestly say whoever wins tonight is the next most likely winner. Like legitimately.
That's fair.
Like especially if it's Ezekiel or Moss, I could definitely see. Vince Jr. waking up in the dead of night and calling Bruce. What do you think? Bruce sparks up a cigarette, walks outside. He's Connecticut balcony.
I got big plans for him, man.
I think that's the case. I'll be honest though, we're talking this through a lot, and the more I think about it, it just feels like Seth. He lost to Cody 3 times, one of which was with a full torn pectoral muscle. I think it's one of those clear deals of like, you did business, you did a great job for us, you know. Seth freaking Rollins is going to be the Money in the Bank, which isn't the most interesting thing to me, but I do think he's absolutely like earned it. So there you go. All right, that's Money in the Bank, lads.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts, Bobby, on the card?
Not really. You know, I'm a little bit higher on it than I was going into Backlash or Hell in a Cell, and those kind of were able to be above my expectations. So we'll see if this one is just kind of at my expectations. Yeah, I was like, MGM Grand's a building that WWE's never run before. How's it going to look? Is it going to look any different? And I'm like, it'll just look like a regular WWE show. So that's a bummer. But other than that, I miss the unique presentations, but whatever.
You fucking loser. Why don't you go touch grass, you piece of shit? Why don't you watch the wrestling shows for the wrestling, you fucking hater?
Fair.
You had a minor critique about wrestling shows coming up, you piece of shit. How dare you? Anyway, Oracle, any final thoughts on Money in the Bank? Big yawn.
Yeah. A lot of matches will be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I love Saturday night shows, I must say.
Yeah,
you know?
It's great.
It's a big grim.
It's
this
a
is not the
Saturday
most
fucking show. Thank God.
I must admit though, this is not the ideal one because it's the same night as like a pretty strong UFC card, which I kind of want to watch. But
Yeah, I kind of want to watch both, which means
Wow.
you don't really pay attention to either one. Which
Bobby 2 screens.
yeah,
My
I
God.
don't care about that fake shit.
All right, well, fair. Okay, folks.
UFC's for punks. That shit
CM?
ain't real. Yeah,
Oh, I'll be okay.
that shit ain't real.
I've heard that. Yeah,
fair.
I've got some gifts I can show you, bro. Shit may be scripted, but it's pretty violent, you know. Those guys really hit each other in there. Anyway, folks, in about 3 hours, we're going to be at latenightgreen.com. Why? Well, it's very simple. That's what we do every Friday night. We spend our time as a family. After Rampage, we go about 3 or 4 hours. Tonight is
Why?
It's just these three handsome gentlemen, the Fed Three, as we're now known informally. We will be discussing life, politics, the NBA, and Bob will review Rampage as well as Halloween Kills. True, Bob?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Most of the things I just said were false, but if you like this show, then you would, I think, like the Late Night Grim, maybe not. A better thing to say would be if you liked Wednesday's Blood and Guts show, you would definitely like the Late Night Grim because that was like an extreme version of it. LateNightGrin.com. There are no tiers. There are just grins. $1 gets you in. You can see it all. You can enjoy it all. You get the Burt every Tuesday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll not be discussing that, which the chat has suggested. That's a good point, actually. If you have like a topic you want us to talk about, or something that's kind of long form or heavy or detailed, and you know I'm going to forget because I've done this and people have suggested it to me, you can now send emails to grinnercircle@gmail.com, and that will be our new mailbag segment, Bobby. Indeed. So you can send videos, which would be funny. We'd play it on the show, so nothing too graphic. What that means, I don't know. I guess I'm saying don't pull your cock out, which you probably should know yourself, but please don't do that. It wasn't me. Anyway. What was I talking about? Oh,
The
yeah.
Late Night Grin. Oh,
The
yeah,
Late Night Grin. What's the Late Night Grin? Grinnercircle@gmail.com. You can send us a question, topic, and we'll get to them eventually, and I'll scan through them and know which ones are good for which show. So that's a new thing that we'll go to kind of through the weeks. And LateNightGrin.com. Grinnercircle@gmail.com for some comments and questions. You can always send us a donation if you like the shows and you're saying you want to be answered quickly. By quickly, I mean in about 40 minutes when you remind me that we have that. Streamlabs.com/LateNightGrin. Well, how? We'll see you for the Grin tonight. We're probably going to review this show on Sunday, I think. What do you think, guys? Should we do Sunday?
I think that works.
Yeah, it's fine.
So Sunday we're going to do this review, and I'm also going to do Fleet Week. So Sunday will actually be kind of loaded this week. So there you go.
That'll be good.
Sunday.
Indeed. Tuesday will be the School of Wrestling, Lucha Classics Volume 1. Also, on Monday, I'm going to do a review of Against All Odds, the Impact Show, which you get, I suppose. Tonight, we're going to discuss Bob's journey from 1993 WCW. As well as, my God, we have a new patron live on the air.
Wow.
Chucky.
Hell yeah. From Child's Play?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
And they had a Twitch. Chucky, if you're watching, you fucking rule. See you on the Late Night Grin. Enjoy this outro. Bye.